Hello, welcome Magic lovers. This is an experiment that I'm trying. This is a 4-player commander deck based around Karametra, God of the Harvest. It's one of my favorite commander decks. It's a good commander deck. It's not really like oppressive or dominant or combo-y or any of the strategies that people really hate. It's fair, and it's just a very synergistic deck. When it gets chugging along, it can be very good. It's very beatable. But it's a lot of fun to play, and that's what I really like about it. I'll have plenty of time during the game to talk about what the deck does, and you'll be able to see the strategies roll out and everything like that. But I just wanted to say that this is an experiment that I'm trying to see how people like it. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you'd like to see more of this. I still will probably do some 1v1 commander and stuff like that, even if people really, really like this. But I think 1v1 Commander might be a dying format, so I might want to try something else as well. Maybe diversify a little bit. Just let me know what you think. Let me know if you like this, and let's go to the game. Alright, so I got a 4-person Commander game going. Haven't played in a while. I got my Karametra God of Harvest deck. I haven't made any change to this in probably like 3 blocks or so, so there's probably some newer cards that should go in. I have 4 lands, but no ramp of any sort. I'm going to mulligan this. And I don't know if that's good enough. It's ramp, but I need like 2 more lands. I'm going to mulligan it. Jeez. I might have been being greedy. We got this, group hug commander going here. Jeez, come on. Alright, well, I'm going to keep this. With group hug will probably benefit Atraxa over here the most, and possibly Afara. Although Afara probably wants to draw her own cards and not have us drawing a bunch of cards. I'm going to keep a land. So my deck is a ramp deck. I'm looking to get out Karametra as fast as possible, and then the deck has like 3, 4 non-creatures in the whole thing. I'm going to F8. I have no plays. So the deck has 3 or 4 non-creatures in the whole thing, and they're all like benefit from having a lot of creatures in the deck. So basically everything I play is going to get me a forest or a plains out of my library. And then so I'm going to ramp up really, really heavy once I get Karametra in play. And then the goal is to play 3, 4, 5 spells per turn, and get things like the big harvester guy into play that let me draw a card every time I play a creature. Soul of the Harvest, that's the guy. Alright, so I'm going to do Commander games online move pretty slowly, so I'm going to do quite a bit of jumping ahead and cutting and that kind of thing to make things move a little bit faster. Starting now. Alright, looks like Mr. White Bordered Plains over here decided to skip his turn and not play Kami of the Crescent Moon, which is a, we always refer to it as Howling Dude. It's a Howling Mine on a 1/3 body. Afara looks like she might just tap out for the turn. That's correct. Alright, Atraxa plays Jarwile Refuge. I draw an island, or a forest. And I'm just gonna... I don't know why somebody would hold up a counterspell this early in the game. There's not much that you'd be worried about countering. I'm gonna play the Tribe Elder regardless. And I am not going to attack. I am not looking to make enemies this early. Which means I can't F8. Sakura Tribe Elder also means that. Although I could crack the Sakura Tribe Elder now, I don't think anybody's going to be hasting anything in and trying to attack me. But it's technically correct to wait till the end of Atraxa's turn. Alright, Kami of the Crescent Moon is coming down. Don't know why they waited a turn. Playing Library of Lang. No maximum hand size. If you would discard a card, often missed text. If you discard a card, you can put it on top of your library instead of in your graveyard. I don't know why this... I mean, maybe they're playing Spellbook and Reliquary Tower and that. I don't know. So, Star Compass from Afara. Alright, Atraxa plays Champion Lampholt, a very, very, very good creature. I play it in my deck as well. So, I'm going to crack this Sakura Tribe Elder. Could have done it then, it wouldn't have mattered any. Guess I might as well... It's technically correct to hold planes. There is the angel that whenever you put a planes into play, you get things back from your graveyard. So, alright, and I got a Harmonic Sliver coming next turn potentially. Or I can Stonecloaker and replay the Elvish Mystic or something like that. But I'm going to go ahead and just play my Karametra. Not much can be done to her. There are a few answers, but hopefully nobody has any answers to her just yet, and I can start ramping up hard. Alright, so there's the spell book. This person really wants to make sure they don't have a maximum hand size. And they pass their turn, casting nothing. Ancestral's on 1. I'm guessing Afara might come down at this point. Marble Diamond. And Knight of the White Orchid. So at this point, I probably do... I mean, there's nothing in any graveyards or anything like that, except my own graveyard. Exile target card from a graveyard. So I would have to exile the Sakura Tribe Elder if I play the Stonecloaker. But getting 2 lands is pretty darn good. Alright. Diabolic Tutor for the Atraxa player. No idea what they're getting. They could have played Atraxa this turn and then gotten extra tokens on the champion. So I do draw 2 cards this turn. So I might draw something more interesting than the Stonecloaker, which I hadn't really considered. Alright. But at the same time, I do draw 2 more cards. So there are, you know, 2 cards every turn. So there are plenty of other things that I can get that'll rebounce, like Harmonic Sliver or War Priest or something like that. Yes, please. And we start with the dual lands. Not going to pay 2 life for something that enters the battlefield tapped anyways. I guess we can exile the Diabolic Tutor. Turn a creature. I don't have another planes or anything like that. It might be fun to just keep playing the Stonecloaker, but we'll return the Elvish Mystic and get another land. Might alert people to how dangerous I am when you start doing something like this. But, I mean, Afara's also got a ton going on over there. So I would like to get ahead of them, if at all possible. Alright, and then I can F8 here by tapping my 2 lands, and then I have nothing that I can play any longer. So it'll just skip my turn. Alright, the Kami player is using the terrain generator to ramp. That's on my end step, I believe. And then they're getting this Ancestral Vision off. Kami player is up to 9 cards in hand. I have 3. There is now a Mikukoro in play, which it looks like they may activate on the end of turn. Oketra's Monument, very, very good with Afara. And there is Afara herself, and the Oketra's Monument will actually trigger Afara, and they will draw a card. They'll be up to 7 cards. And they also play Miss Meadow Witch, which allows them to blink creatures like the Knight of the White Orchid. And then they trigger Afara as well as getting the extra card. So looking to gain a lot of card advantage. If I were in their position, I would not want this Kami the Crescent Moon in play. Because it benefits everybody. And I would want to have more cards than everybody else by a lot. I would want this to be driving my card draw and not everybody else's card draw being driven. Icarats for a poison counter on everyone. Well, that's not very fun. On the bright side, if that becomes a threat, then everyone on the table will realize it's a threat and they will act accordingly. All right, so here is one card that is not a creature in my deck, but I reveal the top card of my library. A lot of times I've drawn out all the creatures in my deck, or all the lands in my deck, later in the game especially. This does put a big old target on you, but we'll see what happens. I'm definitely dealing with the Oketra's Monument. It's very, very good. It's much better than any of the other artifacts or enchantment. There are no enchantments that aren't indestructible on the table. But we'll go for this Canopy Vista. One of the more recent things I've added to the deck. And then we'll deal with the Oketra's Monument. And I believe Lurking Predators will trigger Karametra. I believe I still don't really want to attack. I just upset Afara most likely. Lurking Predator is a very good card. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, you reveal a top card, and if it's a creature card, you put it in a play. So that triggers often. And like I said, I've already gotten 3 lands out of my deck, and it'll continue to get more and more. And then there's almost all just creatures in my library. All right, and there's the Mikokoro, as predicted, and then likely the Terrain Generator as well on my end step. Yep. All right, they're using the Terrain Generator on their turn. 9 cards in hand, down to 8. And then they pass the turn. Now it's Afara's turn. I likely have a big old target on my head, especially with this Afara opponent. Anything they cast, though, is most likely going to get me a creature. Hopefully. Alright, Metallurgic Summonings. Very, very good spell. Lurking Predators triggers. If it's a land, I'm obviously going to put it on the bottom of my library. I don't really need more lands right now. Heavenly Township's so good, though. I still don't want it. Maybe that'll make them think less of a threat out of me right now. Metallurgic Summoning is a very threatening, very good card. And Afara is now live, but I have Karametra as a blocker. I probably would have gotten attacked if I had attacked somebody else. All right, we got Contagion Engine coming down. And they put a +1/+1 on -1/-1 on each creature target player controls. I don't know who the target is. It may depend on what I flip with this Lurking Predator, which is another land. So they might go after the Mist Meadow Witch instead of the Harmonic Sliver and the Elvish Mystic. Or it might just get countered. Alright, it's a Deputy of Acquittals, which triggers my Lurking Predators again, and I get a Green Warden, getting me back Sakura Tribe Elder. So, that's awesome. Not the best Lurking Predators in the world, 2 lands and then finally a Green Warden, but still pretty good. Alright, they've decided to acquit the Mist Meadow Witch, so I may now be the target. It's not actually that bad. If Green Warden dies and then I get to bring back the Harmonic Sliver, that's pretty good for me. Nope, they have still chosen the Afara player. So Afara, the Warriors, they all get -1/-1 counters. Alright, so I drew a Plains and a Acidic Slime. As you can see, this deck really, really hates on enchantments and artifacts. So let's start out with the War Priest. We're going to go heavy on Forest. So like I said, there is the Angel somewhere in here that whenever you get a Plains, you can return something from your graveyard to the battlefield. So I'm definitely doing that. Yes. And then I think I need to hit this contagion engine as well. I'm going to be making a lot of enemies here, especially since I'm ramping up really, really hard. I am low on cards, though. Let's play this Courier Tribe Elder, get another land. So this means it's just going to be like all creatures mostly. I filtered a lot of lands out of my library, and I'm gonna go ahead and play this Arbor Elf for little to no value. Oh, except it does get a land out of my library. And I'm also gonna crack the Sakura Tribe Elder so that there's one less land in my library when somebody triggers my Lurking Predators. I don't know if I need to be making enemies now. I could attack. It might be right to attack the Atraxa player. Let's go for it. Just these two. Infect being the prime reason. Alright, Frantic Search. Triggered Lurking Predators. Got me a Core Fisher. Turn a permanent you control. Guess I'm going to bring back the Harmonic Sliver. It's the cheapest way to deal with all these artifacts and enchantments. Alright, and they also activate the terrain generator. I think I still have more lands than anybody else by quite a bit. Definitely beating Atraxa. Maybe I should have gone after Afara just because they have a lot more mana. I mean, group hug decks can be a threat as well, but generally they're not as much of a threat as dedicated decks that are out to get you. Alright, Meek Stone keeps my commander untapped. I got a Devoted Druid. It also keeps the Stonecloaker tapped. And there's a Soul Ring. And I got a Brutalizer Exarch. Should I get rid of Afara or should I search my... I'm gonna shuffle Afara in, or commander it out. So now you're starting to see the power of the Lurking Predators, as I've gotten 3 triggers in a row since I got so many lands out of my library. This deck is weak to mass land removal, but it's not weak to the artifact and enchantment destruction. Like, I could just destroy these 2 artifacts, and that would hurt my opponent quite a bit. I don't have a Bane of Progress in this deck. It used to be $20, and I just never picked one up, and now it's down to like $3, $4. I should pick one up. It really goes in this deck. I mean, it would kill my own Lurking Predators right now, but there's only a couple cards in the deck that it hits. One of them is Cathar's Crusade. Alright, Evacuation, not that bad for me. I got a Bygone Bishop, which is actually really good. I mean, I just get to replay out my hand and draw a bunch of lands, and I mean, this is not in the remotest bad for me. Even if, like, they counter Karametra. Got a comment saying we aren't fun, and then the Farah player has conceded. That's too bad. Alright, Icar Rats comes back down. I'm gonna keep a Genesis Wave. I'd be stupid not to keep a Genesis Wave. They're gonna know I have it, though. So any counter spells are sure to be coming. This Icar Rats is gonna be a problem. Especially my opponent plays the commander right now. That's not the mana for the commander, that's the mana for Elspeth. And we'll put that on the bottom. Oh, I misclicked. I put it on the bottom. Shoot. That sucks. Alright, so play land. Player commander. Do I Exarch the Elspeth? I might. Personally, I think this is a very fun deck. This is very fair. There are definitely ways to beat it. It's just also really good. And, you know, it's a very synergistic deck. It's very cool. It's not, like, oppressive. So, just going to go through and play out my cards again. I think I might want to get rid of that Meekstone. How many cards in hand do I have? I can play the Elvish Mystic. I guess I could wait to get rid of the Meekstone, but I can only play something for 2 or 3 mana anyways. Run out of lands in my library. It's pretty awesome. So I might as well Harmonic Sliver. Of course I can. The Harmonic Sliver. I think I don't need to deal with it yet. I think I'd rather go after the Soul Ring, honestly. Person's got a lot of mana. Dream Fracture. Counters your spell. It's a controller draws a card. Okay. Doesn't want me to get rid of the Meekstone. Plenty of other answers. So, getting rid of the Sakura Tribe Elder, getting rid of the Devoted Druid. And I need to get rid of one other card. Land, I guess. No, 2 other cards. Illuminate Primordial. Pretty darn good. I don't think I really want to get rid of a land at this point. Stonecloaker's pretty good. Yeah, I don't think I need the Bygone Bishop. Opponents are drawing cards for me. Thought Vessel. The other benefit is that these are uncounterable. Let's get the harmonic sliver back. Yes, please. And a mana vault, getting me a restoration angel. Let's flip this brutalizer Exarch. Yes, please. I guess at this point, their mana isn't the biggest problem. Let's just get rid of the Meek Stone. This is where Bane of Progress would be nice. Alright, Devastation Pine. Devastation Tide, that is. Guess we'll get back to the Bygone Bishop. Yeah, opponent swearing about that one. I kind of agree. Just delaying the inevitable at that point. That's another benefit of just playing out all your lands so that, you know, like, yes, it's weak to mass land destruction. A lot of commander players don't play mass land destruction because it's considered unsportsmanly. But it's not weak to Cyclonic Rift and cards of that nature. We're getting Ichor Rats again. Skrillex. Skitherix. They can haste it. And that's going to be a problem. Are they attacking me? I am kind of the biggest threat. Although my opponent has been a bit more annoying. And they're going after my opponent. That's good. That's great for me. Alright, and Blighted Agent. They are clearly an Infect deck. Which, that's no fun. Alright, let's replay Karametra. I don't know if I need to anymore. I guess it's still really good. Any of these have flash? The Restoration Angel has flash. Play their Harmonic Sliver. Just go after their mana. I'm going to play the Lurking Predators again. Even if I have to discard a bunch of things. Might get countered. Okay, not counter. Might as well just get all the lands out of my library. I'm going to play the Bygone Bishop. I guess it's just Investigate. I'm going to have to discard a lot of things no matter what. So investigate gives me some long term. If my hand goes away, it kind of plays. And doing all of this gives me a lot of mana for the following turns. If they keep doing this, I just get to keep getting mana out of my library, and then I have more mana to replay my hand every time. Alright, so I guess the Exarch is the worst of it. Skylash Spider. You don't see that one very often. But when it's good, it's really, really good. That's why it's still in the deck, despite not really being necessary. We'll throw away the island. We'll throw away the tree folk. We can get a lot of this back anyways. Stone Cloaker. And... acidic slime. Just in case somebody plays the Torpor Orb. That's what the Quasali Mage is there for. I doubt I'm going to see a Torpor Orb at this point, but... Alright, everybody draws a card. I get Woodland Bellower. That's pretty good. I notably only played one flyer, so I'm a little bit worried about this Infect deal. I guess Silk Slash is pretty good against that. Alright. Aether Gate. 6 non-land permanents to their owner's hand. I don't know what's annoying. More annoying, the effect, or is everybody just bouncing everything every turn? I don't need to replay Karametra anymore. She's really good on the attack. Whenever you cast a creature spell, you may draw a card. Geez, how many? I have 50 cards in my library. So I'm fine there. My opponent needs to counter the Skithiryx or they are dead. Alright, they're going for Hand of the Praetors. Mana Drain. And Ichor Rats. Alright. So, I'm honestly, I mean, although the Kami player is more annoying, holy crap, that's a Crater Hoof. Let's see if we can draw out a counterspell if there is one. I guess I start by playing Lurking Predators, even though it doesn't lead into the Crater Hoof. That's the most counterable spell in my whole deck. Or my whole hand right now. This still counts as a creature, so we'll play it. So I need 8 mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana left. Just in case, let's play this Homeward Path. That's the most amount of creatures I can play. Bygone Bishop. Yeah, I mean, I'll just discard cards. I mean, that's fine by me. I got one more land in my library. So at this point, if they haven't countered it, I do have these guys. No, I want to attack with them. This is my last land. Alright. So that resolves. Haste and trample, 13. Alright, let's see. I have to focus on this player because they're their biggest threat. And then secondary to this player. $13. Does this do it? 15, 25. Don't attack. Yeah, that's fine. Craterhoof Behemoth a little bit cheap, but sometimes you gotta just win. And this deck was gonna go on forever. All of that to die like this. Yeah. You have Cyclonic, Aetherize, return all attacking creatures. Jeez, that's annoying. Alright, so there's no more lands in my library. Let's just discard a bunch of things. Keep up. Not my rat, no. Alright, let's just go to end step. I actually don't play Reliquary Tower in this deck. This doesn't normally happen. Usually you can just discard things and it's going to be fine. There's nothing left to get with this Farhaven Elf. Ranger of Eos doesn't get much. I'm going to keep my last land. I don't really need Primordial Sage. Alright, we'll go that way. It's a lot of discarding. The bouncing player is finally down to 3 cards in hand. Despite the Kami, they are, you know, I mean, it's card disadvantage to keep bouncing things. And it's actually card advantage for me because I get an effect every time I play those cards. Each player shuffles their hand and graveyard into their library. Okay, so have they chosen one? Each player draws 7 cards. See what we get here. It's a duplicate, or no, we got Avison's Pilgrim. They don't get a pick yet. I'm worried about the Skitherix. No reason to use Karametra's ability. It just shuffles my library. We'll bounce a duplicate. We'll deal with that Kami. Now my opponent has to replay the Kami, draining some of their mana. Also, I have a lot of more creatures into play, so when I replay the Craterhoof, I think he's probably just going to have us draw 7 cards. Nope. Oh, he entwined it. Okay, that makes sense. So I got a World Breaker. Did it say it had been entwined? This Lurking Predator is like so good. I could just get the Loaming Shaman, or the Grazing Gladeheart, which gives me... No, I don't have any more lands. Loaming Shaman doesn't really do anything. Let's get Reclamation Sage and start going after their mana. Or Champion. Dutch Wash? Let's get Champion. Champion's probably the best card in the deck. Alright, I got Primordial Siege. Draw 2 cards. Beginning players draw step. Okay. So we get an extra card, he gets 2 extra cards. Magus of the Future. Nothing in anybody's graveyard. Opponent running out of mana with which to do anything to my attack. Alright, Golgari Signet triggers a Lurking Predator, plays a Karmic Guide, which doesn't do anything. Golgari Signet, one of the least threatening things that could possibly be played. Opponent may actually want me to end it at this point. I mean, it's whatever. Get 2 creatures. I don't think it really matters. I might be on the way to decking myself, but we'll see. Alright, so unfortunately, part of the environment of Magic Online Commander is for some reason, people feel the need to just quit the game and then time out instead of just conceding. I don't know why in the world people do this. Personally, I'd rather just know if my opponents have answers. So this person over here, they tracks a player just disconnected, and so the other person just conceded. We could have ejected him, but they probably didn't have answers. So I guess I win no matter what. I just have to wait out the timer and then I win. It would have been nice to know affirmatively, hey, you have the winning attack, but I don't know why people feel the need to do this. Like, it's just so easy to just concede. I don't know why people get so salty about it and they just leave instead of conceding. It doesn't make any sense to me. But oh well, so that should be the game. Very interesting deck, I think. I've always really, really liked this deck. Post the deck list in the comments. It's a really, really fun deck, and it, there's probably some changes that could be made. Obviously adding Bait in Progress would be very good. But I really like the deck. It's a lot of fun. So thank you for watching.